One of the good things about being cold is I can wear my hoodie every day, and you guys, it looks like I'm in the same video every week. So, so I can always go back and shoot stuff we missed. But we are headed to the laundromat and the dumpsters, though, our Starbucks addiction. But today, Auggie and I is gonna go do some laundry. We're also going to find some kind of museum or something cool to do school-wise, since we're in Virginia. I mean, it makes sense. We got to figure out. And also, we've had the worst water pressure coming out of our water hose. Something happened to it. So we're gonna go pick up a new hose from Camping World at or a camping store. I hadn't actually figured out which one. That just the 0G blue hose. I should have replaced it. I said 3-4 months ago I was gonna replace it and never did. Yeah, so let's go do that. Hello. I was headed to the Army Museum. Am I in the right place?
You are, sir, if you have a federal government ID card.
I do not. All I have is
federal. Okay. What you'll need to do is you need to go down to the visitor center, which just passed by.
Okay. You ready to go see some Army vehicles?
I like to go. Whoa. Those are you been talking about?
Yeah. All right, let's go check.
The Army vehicle?
This says Benson Hall in memory of General Frank S. Benson Jr. He lived from 1910 to 1985.
Material from the rail lines and ports to the field. Welcome to the United States Army Transportation Museum. Within the buildings and grounds are displayed the vehicles, uniforms, and equipment representative of the history of transportation of the U.S. Army and the Army Transportation Corps.
Don't touch.
I didn't want to.
No, it's for colonial American transportation.
No, pirate.
That's not a pirate. That's a revolutionary soldier.
What are they doing?
He's standing guard.
Look, a ship.
That was a ship. You see the horses?
Yeah.
And the covered wagon? That's the way people used to travel before cars, Auggie. 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 That used to be before cars, before we owned a truck. That's what people had to ride around in.
Wow.
That is Bridgeport. Was a second-class stern-wheel river steamer built by the U.S. Army Quartermaster's Department in Bridgeport, Alabama for the use of Lower Tennessee River. You're out of here, huh? It's kind of the crazy thing that this was still in use in 1917. So we were still using wagons and horses even back then. That is kind of crazy. I'm a huge nerd and really love this stuff. So we're at Fort Eustis, and it's basically a transportation base. But so when you come in, definitely make sure you stop by the visitor center on the way in, because you got to have a pass to get in. What is that?
Look.
Is he working on the engine?
Look on the engine.
Well, this is the uniforms they used to wear. Look at how thick and hot that was. Oh, yeah, look over here. That's where Jeep started. But look, it has train wheels. So they were able to drive this Jeep on train tracks.
Look. There's a picture of it.
Yeah, this was an amphibious 2.5 ton.
Hey, look.
This boat, this is a car and a boat.
Car and a boat?
Yeah, you can just drive it straight off into the water.
Hey, can you take a video of this car?
Yeah.
Hey, there's the army inside. Hey, look.
Yeah.
Sections so that convoys could be monitored and traffic kept moving freely. A speed limit of 25 miles per hour was established, and drivers were allowed to use full headlights at night when weather conditions.
Auggie might be a little bit excited, and it's a little bit hard to actually look at anything. He keeps wanting to go on to the next.
Only to be used by authorized traffic hauling priority cargo.
Whoa. Auggie, those cans are all full of fuel for the plane. Those are patches. Don't lean on it, buddy. You gotta stop touching things. You're gonna kick us out. You keep touching stuff. I'm a big nerd. I'm not even a big vehicle person, but the history in here is pretty awesome. All the different things that vehicles they used in different ways they used them. It's very cool to see. It's hard to record because my battery's about to die. But yeah, like you got these guys from Vietnam. You saw the Korean conflict up there. All the way, I mean, horse and buggy all the way up to the modern day vehicles. It's definitely a pretty cool museum. What do you think that is? Auggie, what's that?
A scuba gear.
Yeah, it may not be scuba gear, but we'll go with that. The threat of chemical warfare. What is all this? Yeah. Look at that tank. Only to protect people, though. That is a story about it. Look at all these tires. It takes 4 tires per axle on each side to haul this massive piece of equipment. It's a little easier to talk out here. We don't have to be so quiet, but Fort Eustis, this is pretty cool. You got to go to the visitor center to be able to get on the property. So when you come in, don't just pull up to the front gate. If you don't have a white access card, you will need to go through the visitor's gate. Just give them your ID, they'll let you in. And then you just come in here and you're able to see all the vehicles from covered wagons to modern day tanks and helicopters and everything else. And Auggie's enjoying it. He is going through it a lot quicker than I would. I'm a huge history guy. I actually really love it. I almost got my degree in history instead of plant science, but and would have become a teacher with that. But yeah, so I love history. I love military history too. It fascinates me. But Auggie is definitely zipping through this, but he's still having a good time. Hopefully as he gets older, we'll be able to go a little bit slower through these things. But well, looks like we got a blocked off section, so I gotta figure out if we gotta go around or what. But definitely if you're anywhere near here, which a lot of campers are 1,000 Trails members, so if you're watching this, you're probably a camper. And Chesapeake Bay 1,000 Trails is only like 30-40 minutes from here probably, so check it out. Whoa, it's a big anchor. Auggie, look at the tires on that thing. They're bigger than you are.
But they're even bigger.
Those tires are huge. Auggie, they have a flat tire. You gonna change the flat tire for them?
What tire?
Don't touch. They have a flat tire.
Oh, will we take it for a sip?
Yeah, they can fix it. Auggie, can you stand in front and say cheese? Mommy will get a kick out of this.
Cheese.
Mommy went to UCF, as you can tell by his UCF shirt, and then the Golden Knights. Obviously, she's gonna find that cool. And the museum is free, but there is a $4 recommended donation, so per person. So bring some cash so you can make little donations. That way they can keep this thing open, because this is pretty cool. As a former welder, this is pretty cool. Welds are us. Bumpers became critically important when the insurgent forces began using roadblocks to trap convoys and kill zones. Did not have front bumpers and suffered severe damage when trying to push through roadblocks. Weld shots produced heavy-duty bumpers that could push through roadblocks and protect the front of the vehicle at the same time.
This is the picture they were making, no?
Yeah. So that's the Transportation Museum at Fort Eustis. Well, I loved to sit there and read every part, every plaque, every little thing about it, and kind of learned as much as I could about the transportation portion of this, which I just thought was a playground. That's pretty cool. But sorry. But yeah, so I mean, this was a neat little stop for Auggie and I. Our day started out funky. Virginia's got it locked down a lot to where, like, if you're not a member of some of the laundromats, even, you can't go there because I need to wash our bed sheets, and that's kind of one thing I don't do in a washer with an agitator. Betty's, you're not really supposed to do that. But so I'm looking for a laundromat still, and then we got behind an accident. We've had several things that just kind of put a snag in on the day. But this was a cool middle of the day. Got out here, did this, got Auggie to be able to do something other than just ride in the truck. So that is the, let's see, U.S. Army Transportation Museum at Fort Eustis. And we will see you on our next adventure.